bound only by frozen memories. Lost in time, racing on these broken dreams tonight.
Memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We sat down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club. I remember the ocean, memories die out too hard. But we were traveling the mountains just to find the loudest seas. We sat down by the fire, knowing we could aim higher, but we didn't know that yet. So if you want something to hold on to, gotta find it first. But here I am, 'cause I've been laying under palm trees, waiting for the summer, knowing there's nowhere to go. 'Cause I am happy on this island, wanna be my farmland. I don't ever want to leave, I'm in a tropic club.
so close to being there. My hopes are looking up, but can't see that far when I sleep without legs. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. I know it's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. Your voices in my dreams, take me home with you. I'm in between, I can't decide what you would do to me. My heart is lost without you next to me. We have to start, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. It's not right, but the night is calling, the night's calling me. I don't wanna fight, and my city's drifting away. In the wake of dawn, I see you shine. When I feel that heartbeat, I fly so much higher.
Starting soon. Theater near you. Gonna start early. Skyward Bound. Ready? Are you ready? Okay, hold on. Oh, look, there it is. See that?
Yeah.
Could you guys hear us now? Audio capture. Okay, I see. Alright, I think I know how to fix this. Existing source, bam. Alright, sorry about that, technical difficulties. Can you guys hear me now? We're just once again testing out this new system.
Yay!
Okay, great. Sorry about that. So once again, what we're doing is every week, Yuri and I, we talk about our own K1 visa process, where Yuri is actually going through getting her citizenship, and we're talking to other people in our community. We're not lawyers. We're not immigration lawyers or consultants or anything like that. So with that being said, let's get right into this. Let's see who we got on here. We got Benjamin. Hey, Benjamin, how you doing? Lavelle. We got We've got John Lee. Instigator. We've got Black Supreme. We've got Andy. We've got Claude. How you doing, Claude? We've got Wallace Life. How you doing? John Lee. Arthur Carlson. Big Tasty. Metroid Dad. Dodo. We've got Michael Jones. We've got Jay Barnes in the house. And that's great. We've got a bunch of our community here, so that's great. Let's see if we have anybody joining us from Facebook. It's kind of rare that we get somebody joining us on Facebook on the group, because people just kind of appear on the group to get information randomly. So yeah, there's nobody. There's like 3 people watching us from Facebook. So
hi, sis.
we got Lavelle.
I.
We've got
Meryl, Cornelius.
Yeah. So if you want to join us, please go to yuritv.com and join our live there. Sometimes we don't always see the messages coming in from Facebook, so it's better to just join us on YouTube, where we're seeing everything pop up here. With that being said, let's see if we have any questions about K1. See if you guys have any status updates, like any kind of status updates on your K1 visa process. It will help everyone out, help us out, people who are listening to this months from now. Anything you have to help each other, to help other people, is great. So let's see. Instigator says, I want to know, what is a letter of intent have to be? Is it handwritten or a form? I need to take February 1st to my fiance and proof of income. What else should I take? So the letter of intent, what we did was typed it out. I think you can handwrite it too. It's not like an application. It's like it's just something you can type out yourself. It's just a statement saying, we will get married. I, the foreign fiance, will marry so and so 90 days within getting into the United States, and then sign it, date it, and sign it. And of course the U.S. petitioner has to have one too, saying, I, U.S. petitioner, will marry this person on such and such a date, and then sign it. And you don't even have to have the date. You're just saying 90 days from the time. What they need is some verification that you're going to get married, actually, when you are together in the United States. So it can be handwritten, to answer your question, but what we did was we typed it just to make sure it was as clear as possible. Because some people can't read your writing or whatever. Forms, and then you're asking what forms that you need to take besides the proof of income. What else should you take? Let's see. So there's a form. If I could go back, I would definitely have taken this form called the I-134 Affidavit of Support. That's something I forgot to take with me when I went to visit Yuri.
Yeah. And
so we had this dilemma where Yuri was on her way to she had every document except one, which was I-134, which the U.S. petitioner, me, had to send to her, and I forgot to do it. So we had a week until, not even a week, maybe 4 days until she went to her interview, and she didn't have that form. So we had to figure out how to get it to her with my signature on it. So I would take, if I were you, Instigator, I would print that out. It's on the internet, for free. I-134. Print it out, sign it, fill it out, and then it's going to be accompanied by your proof of income. You'll need W-2, you'll need a 1040, and all that stuff. And make sure she has that before you leave. Another thing you can bring is what else?
Form 1040.
Yeah, I already said that. W-2. Make sure you take lots of pictures. Bank statement is just another evidence that you make a certain amount of money. But the main thing is a 1040 W-2 and proof of income. And then another thing you can bring is a letter of intent, a declaration of how you met. That's just a form. It's not even a form. It's just like a letter from you, stating that you met on this day in person, on these dates, and that's it. We have a format that you can use. That pretty much, it's very simple. It's very simple. You can just do it on Google Word or Google Documents or Word, MS Word or whatever, and then print it out, sign it, and then you're done. And then make sure you take lots of pictures. Print out images of your conversations on Facebook or whatever, Viber or whatever you guys use. I would bring that too. Anything else that he should bring with him?
That's about it.
That's about it.
Let me check.
You can also bring the I-129F if you haven't started it yet, because there'll be some things that she'll need, like specifically like her father and mother's name. You know, like you can get that kind of information when you're there. You don't have to submit that till you come back to the U.S., but there's like little things that you'll need from her, like information on like her address and stuff. She'll be right there, so you might as well just fill those things out while she's there, right? So, just a suggestion. Big Tasty, how you doing? Arthur Carlson says, "Hi guys, I'm at Jake's Roadhouse listening. My friend Scott Brown is playing a show." Oh, that's cool. Why? How are you watching us at a restaurant?
Hi,
Listen,
Arthur.
on your phone. John Lee, hi. Bruce and Yuri, The Wallace Life, how you doing? Let me see here. Either disconnect or mute. Okay, that's the sound issues. Okay, give a couple shout outs while we're waiting for questions. If you guys didn't know, a lot of our community are YouTubers. So people like Benjamin Kite, who's from Belgium. If you like vlog style travel type vlogs, then check out Benjamin Kind. And then also we've got Arthur Carlson, who does conservative talk type stuff as well as other content. We've got The Wallace Life, who does vlogging content, family vlogging type content. We've got Claude Rosemond, who's going through this K1 visa process and vlogging. He also does some vlogging there. And let me see what other YouTubers. Some of these guys actually, people like Lena's World will do videos about like their K1 experience, you know, getting the emotional side of it and what you go through when you're doing the NOA, waiting for the NOA 2, for example. Stuff like that. So this is just a community of people who are all helping each other out go through this, talking about what they're going through in life and things like that as they're going through a long distance relationship, stuff like that. Andy says, you guys look pretty nice today. Came back from church or something. We were actually doing videos all day. We're exhausted. We're doing different kind of videos.
We're doing the K1 visa.
Yeah, we've got
it's exhausting. So
it's
that's
very
why
detailed.
It's like the end of our day right now.
Yeah, Claude says, I have from Jessica. She's filling out other things for the interview. She has done the DS-160. She wants to know, what is the DS-260? Please in chat or by phone, but cannot join because no internet. Oh, okay. 260 DS-260. If I'm not mistaken, DS-260 is for immigrant visa. It's just a different kind. Let me just verify that. DS-260. I'm having to research this as I go because we never had to do that one. Yeah, it's showing that DS-260 is actually immigrant visa electronic application for the Department of State. So the DS-160 is for non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant means that you are having a visa temporarily just to get in the United States, and then after a while it expires. But the immigrant visa is different. That means that you're actually coming from another country and then staying in the U.S. like permanently. You're going straight for a green card. you're gonna have permanent residency. So I believe that DS-260 will be done by like CR1, which is spousal
it's for
visa.
a different visa.
Yeah. So let me show you what we're talking about here. I could show you here. Let's see if I can.
Isn't it for an immigrant visa?
Yeah, it is. It's definitely for an immigrant visa. Hold on, let me show you here what I'm talking about. See, DS-260 immigrant visa. So you don't have to, if Jessica is a K1, she doesn't have to worry about this. This is for an immigrant visa. So she needs to do the DS-160. As you know, the K1 is a non-immigrant visa, and that's why you have to actually, when she gets here on a K1 visa, it's temporary. It's only for 90 days, and then you guys are supposed to get married. And then once you get married, you do what's called an adjustment of status, and that changes your status from a non-immigrant, which is temporary, to an immigrant. So that's why you have to do the adjustment. You're adjusting your status from non-immigrant to immigrant. But after she gets her K1 to come in the U.S., she doesn't have to worry about the DS stuff anymore, because that's just for the State Department. So I hope that clears up that question. Okay, let's see what else. What other questions we have here? Amanda Martineau says, if would like to know, I guess means I would like to know how long the process normally takes. You mean the K1 process? Need a little bit more information on that. Lately, if you're talking about K1 process, fiance visa, 90-day fiance, is taken upwards of about 8 months to a year. So it's unfortunate, but the process has really been stretched out to the detriment of U.S. citizens who are just trying to get their family and loved ones over from other countries. So pretty sad, but that's how our government's doing it these days. John Lee says, my fiance and I are getting married this spring in Negros Oriental. We are getting a spousal visa. Do you talk about that kind of visa also, or do you have any insight into that approach? Yuri and I have very little information on that. We actually didn't do it. We don't have personal experience with it. However, we know a lot of people who are going through it, and there's probably a lot of people who are watching us right now who will watch this video who can provide lots of insight. And that's what this community is about, helping each other. So you can ask your question. I'll read it, and somebody will know the answer to it. Almost certainly.
There's people here who are CR1.
Yep, and as a matter of fact, there's people on this that's joining us here on this live that know way more than we do. You know, Benjamin says, "I am fine. I hope you two are also fine. I know it's not my topic, but still nice to follow." Oh yeah, no problem, man. Jamal said, "What is the direct link to a Facebook group?" Okay, it's actually listed on the screen here. Let me see if I can. So there it is right there on the screen. It's Facebook/groups/K1 Visa AOS. So I'll just give that to you real quick. I'll just post it inside of this actual group so you can see it. Let me see here. There it is right there, and it's also listed right here on the screen. And let's see, what else do we have here? What other questions do we have? Rosemond says DS-260 immigrant visa electronic application. Yep, you got it. Let me see.
No, she does not need that.
No. So now she can get her medical first. Yeah, just make sure she has everything. I sent you a list and a couple of. I hope you saw that list, but that breaks down all the stuff that they sent to Yuri, or they were supposed to send it. They sent it way late, so we actually found it on the internet. but it's a list of everything she'll need before she goes to the interview. So I hope that you got that, and I hope she's reviewing it, checking it twice, and make sure she has everything. You don't want to show up there with something missing, otherwise it's going to delay you. Yes, K1. Yes, Amanda, K1 is taking lately. It's taking like what, 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's unfortunate.
8 months.
For some reason, our link didn't show up there, Jamal. But the link is right here. YouTube is blocking the link when I try to post it, but it's right here. Facebook group K1 Visa AOS. But if you go to Facebook and type in Visa approved exclamation, we should be the first group that pops up. Question. Once your spouse enters the U.S., what is the necessary steps that has to be taken for her to legally get wed in the U.S.? Does she need a U.S. ID? Thank you. So the very first thing, your spouse enters the U.S. Is there anything else you need? What kind of visa is it?
Spouse or fiance?
Yeah, what kind of... You're saying spouse in one part, and then you're saying to get wed, legally wed. So I'm a little confused. Or do you mean... Are you on a K1 fiance visa? Do you mean once your fiance enters the U.S., what is it? What do you do to get it legally wed? Or are you saying that you're already married and they're coming here, and what else do they need? And then if that's the case, what kind of visa is it? Is it a K1 visa or what? For
K1 fiance visa, when you get married in the, what's the name of that office, baby? Recorders.
County. Well, we need to know what he's talking about, because it's different from state to state. Like if your fiance is coming here and you get married, what do they need? They ask for your passport, right? Remember we were in the county's the clerk's office, and then they ask for your passport.
Passport, yeah, that's all you need.
And
One
then,
valid ID.
And then there's like a small payment of, for us it was like what, $1.25 or something.
$25 something.
I don't remember. It was pretty cheap. So that's all she needed. If that's your question, I'm not sure. So please let us know.
Claude Rossmond. What's that?
I'm trying to move this thing up. Oh, I see what happened. I'm trying to get the chat box back. Don't know what happened there. Bear with me, guys. I'm trying to... There it is. Okay, there we go. That way everybody can see what you guys are saying here. Alright. There we have it. And then let me bring back the other questions here. There we go. Want to read this next one?
Only one thing is, I just mailed her AOS and the W-2 and information she needs for interview, and it takes a few weeks to get there. Only one thing is, I just mailed her AOS. Is this for CR1 visa?
Only one thing is adjustment. AOS affidavit of support. Her affidavit of support and the W-2 and information she needs for the interview. This is exactly what happened to me. Claude Rosemond. Jessica
this for CR1?
Says, no, he's a K1. He's a K1. Says
okay.
only thing is, I just mailed her the affidavit of support and the W-2 and information she needs, the 1040 she needs for the interview is taking a few weeks to get there, so she can wait to get her interview, but now she can
get her medical.
Yeah, Claude, so what we did, full disclosure, man, what we did was that Yuri's was about to, like 4 days away, so there was no way I was gonna get that stuff. Even if I rushed delivered it, it was too risky. So what we did was, first of all, I scanned my W-2 and 1040. She might have had either 1040. I can't remember which one I brought, but I actually gave her one of those.
I did not have your 1040.
So I scanned it and I emailed it to her, right? So then she could just print it out. They only need a printout. They don't need the original.
Yeah.
The original, right?
Plus,
and
you can't really get an original of it because it does not have signature. The Form 1040.
It does.
It did not have a signature of yours.
But and that's all they need is really the W-2. They just need to verify you make a certain amount. That's it. It doesn't have to have a signature or whatever. They just want to verify that you make. Yes, it verifies how much money you make. So you can just scan it, send it to her via email. She print it out and take it with her. Then for the affidavit of support I-134, what we did was I filled it out. I scanned it, I sent it to her, and then she signed my name. So is that illegal? I don't know, but I gave her permission to do it. So then she took it. So I mean, if they want to play games, I can play games too. If they ask me about it and they're like, I'll just deny it. I'll be like, no, it was just live. It was entertainment. And they'll say, well, didn't you say that it was just entertainment on there? And I'll say, well, it was just entertainment. Anyway, yeah, I don't know if you want to do that or not, but I'm not playing games with these people, so that's just me.
Cut this part.
I'm not playing games, guys. I'm not here to play games. I'm here to be with my people I love, and so if they want to play games, I'm gonna play games.
Does having a lawyer seem to help with the duration or certainty of the spouse visa process?
Nope. Nope, it doesn't. Sorry. I mean, if you don't know, if you're not gonna take the time to learn this stuff and you want to kind of sit back, then yeah, probably it's gonna help you out. If you don't understand it, if you read it 2-3 times and it's just gobbledygook to you and you just can't figure it out, then yeah, go to a lawyer or go to Visa Coach. I'm sure he'll help you out, or whoever. They have a pretty low fee, $400,000, $500,000, $600,000. I don't know. So they'll help you out. So
oh gosh,
you got that money to throw around. Otherwise, you could just do it yourself.
Andy said, "I hope you don't save this video after saying that, Bruce.
I'll say whatever the hell I want.
I'd rather you get deported
so
than Yuri."
If they ask, I'll just deny it. And if they ask about my denial, I'll just deny my denial. Oh man, that cracked me up.
Passport
Jen
and
says,
I-90 form helps. Yeah. Yeah. Here in Colorado, they only asked for my passport. I was shocked. That was it.
Yeah.
And then we got married.
Yep. Jen T3 says K1 fiance visa. Okay. That clarify. I think let me go back to your original question. You said
His question was to
once your fiance enters the U.S., what is the necessary steps that has to be taken for her to legally get wed? Yeah. That's back to our original answer, which is all you're gonna need is
go straight to the recorder's office to get married.
Your local county assessor. It's called different things, but it's like, there's a local place where you can get married, like legally married, like you're on paper legally married, right? You don't have to go have a ceremony and have a priest come in and bless you don't have to go to a church, nothing like that. You can just go get legally married on paper, right? Where it's actually recognized by the county, which means recognized by the U.S. government. County clerk, county court clerk. Yeah, there you go. Thank you, BJ Draw. Thank you so much. So yeah, you go to the county court clerk, and she'll have to have a form of ID, which is a passport. Passport
is my only ID at that time.
And then I-94 maybe, but all they wanted from her was the passport, and then
it might
I was
be
there.
Different from other states.
Small feet. That's it. And then after that, Jen, the next step is gonna be to take her to go get an SSN. Social Security number, which you get from the Social Security office, and you bring your license. You got to have your marriage license first, Now, it does vary from state to state, but you'll have to have, she'll fill out like a little form. She'll have to have her passport and or I-94 and your marriage certificate or marriage license all there. And then what she'll do is she'll fill out her first name and then your last name, right? So that when she gets the SSN, Social Security number card, it'll have her married name on it. So hope that clears it up for you. John Lee says,
I could hire assistance from a firm in Philippines that offers help with preparation for my fiance's interview at the embassy. Do you feel like this kind of assistance can be helpful? Yes, I would say so. Like, if especially if she doesn't have access to the internet a lot, or if she's if she needs practice for like because some people they need to have help because it's not her first language, so that would help.
Yeah, and it's much cheaper to do it from there. It's just like you got to keep on them. That's the only advice I give, John Lee. If you're gonna have if you're gonna have a consulting agency, like a authorized agency do it for you, stay on them. Like, stay on them when they ask you for stuff, because they're gonna need you to provide them with authorized information. So just give it to them. They'll be like, I need your birth certificate. Give it to them as soon as possible. I need this from you. Bam, give it to them. Like, you gotta, and then you gotta stay on them. You gotta be like, okay, what's going on? What's going on? Where are we now? Did they give you a notification? Did you? That's the only thing I would do if I were you. Like, if you're gonna go through an agency, make sure you know the process enough to where you can ask them where they are in the process and where you are. What's the next step? And stay on them, because they will take your money.
BJ Draw says Florida has a 3-day wait. An online class that saves you
$25.
That saves you $25
on the license.
in the license, but the class is $19.99, so you don't have to take the class. That's weird.
It's a little different.
Class for marriage,
I guess, and it's $86 in Florida.
Beaver County. That's
Bedford County.
expensive.
Dang, ours is only $25. It's cheaper in some states too. Claude says, okay, I was thinking that about scanning it and sending in the I-134.
So I can scan and
So I can scan I-134. No, you can't.
The I-134 needs the original signature.
No, you can't, Claude. You didn't hear that from me. That's and as a matter of fact, I didn't do any of that stuff. I just made that up. It's all made up, buddy.
Cool, Jessica. And
No, I think you can do that though.
Jessica and I was thinking that. Lol.
Just saying.
DJ Draw said, if my hillbilly, can you do it?
Hillbilly.
Anyone can.
If my hillbilly ass can do it, anybody
do
can.
it. Anyone can. What does that mean?
That's a good one, man.
What does that mean?
He said, if my hillbilly ass can do it, anybody can. Hillbilly, how do you explain? Hillbilly is like a very, they're very knowledgeable and living in the woods.
Wow.
And building things from scratch. That was a very positive way to put it. Many of my my soldier buddies were hillbillies. They taught me a lot of things about the woods. Okay, let me see.
BJ Draw said county court clerk.
County court clerk, yeah.
Yeah. Marriage license here is $65. But if you think about it, marriage is cheap.
But divorce is
expensive.
expensive.
Divorce is expensive.
Nah, depending on the alimony in the state.
And alimony.
Yeah.
So Colorado seems to have the cheapest.
So think about it.
But alimony is the most expensive.
Okay, we don't have any more questions from YouTube, so I'm going to see if there's any on Facebook. So all you folks out there watching us on Facebook, let's see what you got for us.
Hi, Yuri and Bruce. Epiphany. When will you be applying for removal of conditions? I already did. I'm just waiting for them, and I'm waiting for it's been more than 6 months think it's been 6 months since I submitted mine. And until now, I don't have my 10-year green card yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and apply for U.S. citizenship after my 3 years of status since I had my 2-year conditional green card.
And Epiphany, just to back up for you, Yuri was here for about 18 months before you actually you did the removal of conditions, right? You have to do it. You have to remove conditions after 2 years. So
you have to do it 1 month, 1 year and 9 months before your 2-year conditional green card expires.
There you go. That's what I was trying to say. Luris says, "Hi Yuri and Bryce. I was studying in the Bruce. I'm sorry. I'm not making funny. I was studying in the Philippines. My W-2 in 2015 and 2016 are at a Philippines rate, but I see. But 2017 is not sufficient.
It's not sufficient.
Would it be okay to get? Would it be okay, or should I get a co-sponsor? Are you sure it's not sufficient? I mean, because what I mean is, here, just double check this. You know, I mean, a lot of people think that the poverty level is super high, but it could be
it's not
that you're
high.
good. So you might be good. So that's all I'm saying.
I-134 poverty.
Guidelines. I'm gonna give you the official site where you can check it. I would definitely double check it, because if it's just you, especially if it's just you and your spouse. Now, if there's kids involved, then I can kind of understand where you're in a different bracket. But that link that I just put in the Facebook, you just scroll down and then go to what state you're in.
Epiphany said, do you guys post the guide in Filipino women, like the processing and stuff for ROC?
Yep.
Yes, we did.
I could post that. Let me give them that too.
It's in YouTube too, like how we, right?
Is that report of marriage?
No.
ROC.
Removal of conditions.
Oh.
10-year green card.
Removal. Yeah, we also have one in.
Yeah, that one is.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll just give her this whole link. All right, I'm gonna post this in here, Epiphany, for you. It'll lead you to the actual video too that's on YouTube. We did talk about this already a couple times, I believe. So, but to answer your question, Luis, I am not sure. Like, my W-2 2015 are at a Philippine rate, but 2017 is now sufficient. Oh, would it be okay if are you saying that 2017 is now sufficient? Yeah, then just use 2017 tax returns. That's what I would do if I'm reading
your most recent income.
Yeah.
Fits for the poverty guideline.
Yeah, correct me if I'm
higher than the.
Yeah.
Poverty guidelines.
Yeah, it should be good. Check out that link I sent you.
You can go ahead.
Just use your most recent tax year. Okay, just focus on that and then prove that you made that amount of money in 2017. I think it should be sufficient, but correct me if I'm wrong, group, community, tell me guys if you guys have a different experience, but I believe that you'd be okay. So let's see. We're back on YouTube. And we got a few more questions here. Rizzo says, I'm flying to General Santos to see my girl in June. Thank you. Oh man, General Santos, that's the home of Manny Pacquiao. Lucky dog. BJ Draw says, but you have to be married long time to get alimony. Yeah, true. Yep, that's true. Yeah, over like 5 years or something for most states to get.
You really have to get to know your partner before you
Yeah, for the love of God.
married here, you know.
Yeah, if it's not working,
Because if it turns out to be bad, or
just move on with your life. Don't make my
don't
mistake.
invest in a bad relationship.
Don't invest in a bankruptcy.
Especially here, it's so expensive to pay for alimony.
Don't invest in an emotional bankruptcy. Don't do it. Or an emotional Ponzi scheme. Where one person is on the top of the pyramid and you're giving all of the affection and love to that one person, but it's not coming back down. Okay, anyway, Andy says, Rizzo, does your girl have curly hair? What does that have to do with anything in the world?
VJ
Oh,
draw.
because General Santos? I don't know.
Okay,
Andy?
about citizenship, do you lose your Philippine citizenship or rights to own a home when you go back? No.
Mm-mm. No, Yuri's buying homes right now, as a matter of fact. Buying places. She can own property, all that stuff. Andy says, beware the scammers in General Santos, my friend. I was burned once before by a Filipino there.
Black Supreme.
Says, would it be funner if I can
If
call
we can call in and ask you questions, that would be awesome.
Yeah, I'm still working on that. Every time I turn on the audio, like it changes the atmosphere changes. Like people jump on and start saying random stuff. They can't help themselves. But Black Supreme, that's a great point. I think what I'm going to do is next week, as a part of my daily video series,
You should
I'm
have
going to
them
start
join
testing lives, like live chats type stuff like that. It's like sometimes I don't have time to do it, but I'm going to try to at least, if I can at least get 2 in for next week. So that'll be our project for next week. So just remind me if I'm not doing it. But I'm going to try to do Discord, and then if Discord doesn't work, we'll try something else. But yes, it's a great point though.
I am on your page, Bruce, and on FB. I don't see your live feed.
Yeah, you got to be inside of our group, which is called Visa Approved. Visa Approved is where it's
Arthur,
at.
hi guys, just got home. Hi, Arthur. I was just thinking of Granddad, and I'm like, where's Granddad? Because I
Granddad-
remember the when you had live ones with people
Mhm.
who joined in.
Buenos
Hi,
noches.
Granddad.
Good evening from Grandadan.
America. Big Tasty said, Yuri, my fiance was not married when she had her daughter. Actually, she had never been married. Her daughter does have a father's last name. She wants to bring her daughter here. Yeah,
Just add her as a K1, K2.
if
Then-
it's in the Philippines, then she's gotta go to Department of Social Welfare and Development
For what? What would she do there?
to get a form saying that she's bringing her kid to the United States.
And then Big Tasty, when you're doing the K1, if I'm assuming you guys are gonna do a fiance visa type thing. If you are, then I could tell you, your fiance will be a K1. The child that she's bringing will be a K2.
Yeah,
And you'll
all you
add
gotta
her-
do is add her in I-129F.
It will be more expensive, but where you will spend more money is the medical, because the child will have to go through the medical as well, which you'll have to pay for separately. And then you'll have to do a application fee. Once she gets to that portion of it, there'll be two. You have to do 2 application fees. When you're Big Tasty, when you're originally doing the I-129F payment, it's only one payment for both of them. So that'll only be $525 at the time of this recording. It does go up over time, but if you're gonna do the K1, it'll be first $525. Then once you get approved from the USCIS, right, which takes a long time apparently nowadays it does. She'll have to go to the next phase where your package is sent to the Department of State, the embassy, which is in Manila if she's Filipina, and then that's when there'll be other payments that you'll have to do, such as a visa application fee. So you'll have to do one for your future spouse and one for your future daughter, right? That's 2 payments. Then they'll have to go to the medical exam, both of them, so that'll be 2 payments for those. And then I can't think of any other. I think that's
Visa,
about-
interview, appointment.
That's the visa application fee is what I was talking about.
Oh yeah, it's
Yeah.
$265 per person.
Those two things. So yeah, yep. And you also have the option if you want of bringing her within 1 year later. Like, let's say you don't have the plane ticket to bring both at the same time. Once they both have a visa, you can bring the child within 1 year later. So as long as it's if it's 2 years or 1.5 years later, then I think it avoids the K1s, or K2 or something like that. Let me see. BJ Draw says, I-485, what do you...
What do we send in with it?
Can
you send the link from there?
So
there's
it's
AUS in the home bar there.
A lot of stuff. So let me send you...
Below.
There it is. So BJ... Who asked that? BJ Draw, I'm going to send you a link to our site. There's a lot of references here. I want the checklist portion, right?
Go to the main one that says K1 visa and AOS, and then there says adjustment of status in the home bar. Can you go back to the home bar? I-485, oh, that's a green card video. Yeah, that's the right one. Just send
this whole link. I just want I want the actual. While we're searching BJ Draw, you can actually go to our link here. It's called YuriBruce.com. That's where we're at right now. The other name for it is eFilipino Women. That's where I'm at right now. And then you just go to this drop down right here. AOS. Go down to AOS right there. You can see that on the screen. And this will have a bunch of stuff on the adjustment of status. We're looking for we've done so many things on this page.
There's many things that has to be done, except especially for Filipinos.
Report of marriage.
You need
it's just
to
a ton of
report
stuff.
The marriage to the Philippine consulate.
I think this is one of them right here where we break it down pretty good. Frequently asked questions.
No,
that's not it. Didn't we have one that was like a checklist?
Yep. I-485.
I-485. I-485 checklist. So you guys can see what we're doing here. Permanent residency comes.
I think that's it.
This one? Yeah, there it is. There's one right there. I'll just give him this whole thing. All right.
That's my compilation of the samples.
Everything.
Cover letter sample. The I-94, where you go. Employment authorization, information about it. And on the top, second, I-485 adjustment of status application.
Yep, tons of information out there on this, and this stuff hasn't changed. So
that remains the same.
The prices have changed. The prices have gone. They've gone down actually, so it's good.
What do you mean?
Oh wait a minute, they've gone up, haven't they?
It does not go down, baby.
They've gone up, as a matter of fact.
It's gonna go up. The more people do the fiancé visa, they're just gonna keep charging people more.
SMB says Jim San is great, but the blue trikes that clog the streets can be frustrating when you're trying to get somewhere. I don't know nothing about that.
Okay, thanks, Benjamin.
Big Tasty says, how much of an issue can the father cause, even though she was unwed when she had her daughter?
None. No. There's no issue from the father.
The fathers don't have rights on kids there. Am I right or wrong?
It's the mother who has all the rights for the kids in the Philippines.
That's jacked up, but that's
which makes sense, because it's mostly the moms there who have to raise their kids, and the dads normally don't give child support.
Boom.
Unless
Boom.
the mom really fights for it, like.
Andy says, "Oh, well, the phone calling thing would be ideal, but a few people got hacked going to Google accounts thing. Black American X-Men has to now email the link so that you can talk on the show." Yeah, so what happens with that? That's why I haven't been able to do it, because if right now I gave out a link to join our video chat, right? Somebody else could grab it and then they'll jump on and start doing dumb stuff, right?
So tell your
So we gotta be
Filipina, go to DSWD, get the form that they want her to sign, saying she's bringing her her kid to the United States. That's from the previous one.
Oh, okay. Which one? This one?
Big Tasty.
Do you want me to give them the link to that?
That doesn't exist online.
Really? Oh, okay.
I don't think that does.
I'm sure there's at least a government site on it. They might not have like where you can sign up. Lena's World, how you doing?
Go to the actual government website.
Lena's World says Big Tasty, 2 visas and 2 medical. Man, thanks for that information, Big Tasty. This is the man you want to talk to right here, Lena's World. He's going through exactly what you're going through right now. So, and his girl's from the Dominican Republic. She has a child, so he's telling you the truth. Big Tasty says, so the father can not prevent her from taking the daughter out of the country again.
No.
They were not married, and I think this is supposed to give the mother all the parental rights.
Yes.
Right.
It's the mom that has, even when 2 people are married, it's the mom that has the rights.
Let's see. I'm not going to test that one.
Unless the mom has been very abusive to the kids with all the evidence that the father can provide, then yeah, they have a case to take the kids. Yeah,
Eastwood Henderson says, good evening, how you doing, Eastwood? Lena's World says, yes, he can. Yes, he can. You need permission if joint custody. So Lena's World, your fiance is in Dominican Republic. His fiance is in the Philippines, which is different.
His fiance is in the Philippines. Yeah, in the Philippines,
yeah, it's different in the Philippines.
You can just ask permission. I mean, just to be respectful towards the guy.
But they weren't even married, so does that still apply?
Especially if there's no financial support, like there's not.
Right.
In there, it's really the mom.
So she could really just say nothing and leave, right?
But she has to go to the DSWD.
Okay.
To inform them that she's taking her kid.
Right, but since there's no marriage certificate or anything like that.
Yeah, so that good. Doesn't make
the
father.
If she told the father, it would just be out of courtesy to him.
Yeah, just to inform.
But not
him.
Legally, he can't do nothing because there's no marriage certificate or anything.
Yeah.
Damn. It's a cruel world out there.
Yeah, even when 2 parents there are married, like it's the mom that has the there's more rights for the mom than for the dad.
Black Supreme says Big Tasty, it's not good to have to deal with their mom
with a woman with kids. You have to spend more money than what you have to spend now.
Yeah, but a good man is going to do what he has to do. A good man is going to be a father, a husband. A good man is going to step up and do what needs to be done.
It depends, if the mom
especially
if you it's not dramatic and not letting the father get involved anymore, because especially if the dad in the Philippines, because there's no abortion, women get stuck with the decision that they have to make on their own. And once they get pregnant, and then if there's no support from the father, which is not really here, you must support your kid, or else you're gonna have to go to jail.
Yeah, like what you're is getting at is like a lot of the laws are not.
It's there, but it's not really
enforced.
Enforced,
and so what's happened there, and this is just our opinion of it, but
that's why you'd notice so many Filipinas are getting married to foreigners who already have kids, because they want to find stability, Like they've had a failed relationship from the past, and it's hard to raise a kid on your own.
I mean, a lot of them that we meet, that's the same situation. But the good news is the silver lining is that they are able to find love and stability in their life. So, it is what it is.
I mean, for me, if I was also single, and then my first choice would be a single woman who has no kids, because you're right, you have to spend more money, and then you have to be the parent too. But if the woman's awesome and a great person, smart, hardworking,
why wouldn't you take that chance? Why wouldn't you take that extra burden, that extra challenge? Big Tasty says, what constitute joint custody without marriage in the Philippines? There's no.
What does that mean?
Joint custody means like.
There's no formality there for kids unless they officially go to court, but most parents, they don't go to court because
can't afford it.
It's so expensive. They just have a mutual agreement regarding kids. They don't normally go to court. Here, it's so easy to go to court to have all legalities for your kids, but in there they normally just talk and have the agreement.
Black Supreme says, wouldn't it be better to deal with a single... Okay, I read that. Claude says, thanks for your help, guys. Good night. Good night. Big Tasty says, thank you, Yuri. Thank you, Bruce. You're welcome. Lena's World says,
You're welcome.
Bruce is plunking... I said talking at price has gone down.
It's not gonna go down. It's just
you never know. You never know.
Like, it's not gonna go down.
Maybe the government be like, you know what? These prices are too high. We're gonna fix this for American citizens.
You know what? These prices are too cheap. We don't want more immigrants.
We're gonna fix this.
So we gotta make it higher.
We know Americans are sponsoring their family and their spouses and their fiancés. We need to make this cheaper for them so they can live their lives and be happy. One day that might happen, guys. Come on, be positive. Artist says,
correct. There's no support from the father. There, she's got all the rights. If there's no support from the father,
I don't think you're gonna have to worry about that one.
Then that means the father is useless.
Ouch. Arthur says some of the women are widows, like Yolanda and her sister.
Yeah, that too.
Lena's World says, wow, Lena should have been in the Philippines. PI.
We had to get Leslie Dad permission to get a passport. Oh, no. It's like that's in there, it's just a formality. If the mom wants the dad to know that they're leaving for good. But yeah, all she gotta do for Philippines is to go to DSWD, get the permission from them, inform them that they're leaving. That's it.
Back on Facebook, we've got Epiphany saying, thank you so much, guys. No problem. We've got Cheryl saying, hi, guys. In adjustment of status, if you get an RFE, do you know how long it takes to wait for feedback? I'm waiting for biometrics. RFE, I'm waiting for biometrics. Do we know anybody who got a... Yeah, we do know a couple people who got an RFE for adjustment of status. It depends, I think, on the situation, but I'm trying to think of one that we know about.
Hi guys in AOS. If you get an RFE,
do
you know how long it takes to wait for feedback? I'm waiting for biometrics.
Okay, I'm a little confused on this because it seems like it's two different things.
That's for AOS.
I'm assuming you're talking about adjustment of status.
Mm-hmm.
And you're saying an RFE for adjustment of status. So, do you mean like you've already responded to the RFE? Like they want, like say you forgot to give them your tax documentation, or you filled out the I-485 wrong and you sent it in you gotta. How am I trying to say this? Okay, so you filled out the I-485, right? And then you forgot to send in your taxes, and then they sent you, USCIS sent you back an RFE, request for more evidence, saying, hey, you need to send in your taxes. Is that what happened? Something like that? And you're saying you already sent in the taxes and fixed the forms, and how long does it take? It really depends on the state. When you get to adjustment of status portion of it, it depends on the state. But what you don't want to do is sit on it.
You can check the status at uscis.gov
Yeah.
and use your receipt number from the NOA 1 of your I-485 application.
Right. Here's the link to it right here. On the site, it'll be called Check Your Case Status. I'm gonna give you this link here.
Whoa, TPS will end.
I know, doesn't that suck?
Oh my gosh.
They're going crazy. So they're basically gonna
my
kick out
freaking
some Haitians and
goodness.
some El Salvadorians who were. Yeah, but who cares about them, right? Crazy.
Who cares about them? They're Mexicans. That's what they think.
El Salvador is not Mexicans. That's
They're not
another
from
country.
Mexico?
No, that's another country, baby.
Whoa, it's a country of its own?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. This government is depressing.
Yeah. That's just super bad, man. Man, I can't believe it. Crazy. It's a lot of people, too. Millions.
The next
Hundreds
thing we
of
know
thousands.
is gonna say Philippines.
Nope. Not gonna happen. Alright, let's see.
Wow, Lena should have been okay. Bruce, can you send me a link of the guy that lost his wife? That's Cebu postcards, Philippines something. What's this?
Postcards from
Postcards from the Philippines.
the Philippines. Yeah, postcards from the Philippines.
Lena's World, Bruce, you're being very positive about our government. What was the biggest adjustment for you guys when Yuri first arrived? I would say driving. Because I was getting very depressed. I really wanted to drive because here it's so hard to travel around if I can't drive. And also the food is second. But yeah, I found places already of how I'm gonna
Yeah, I would say that was her
of
biggest
where
challenge.
to buy
'Cause
food.
she's a super independent woman, so she wants to go out, go here, go there. So she couldn't do that for a year. She just started getting really down, really, really down.
SNB said, whenever I check case status, I get an error. It's been 6 months now.
Call them.
You should call them. Call the local USCIS
Yeah.
that's handling the case in
Don't
your
wait
state.
on these guys, man. They're paid to do a job, man. Don't. Go to uscis.gov and then call them.
Call them. You can find.
I'm not telling you to do nothing I haven't
Find the
done myself.
USCIS office. That is the nearest from me.
Yeah, there's a local office that's gonna handle your case. Call them personally. If you can't, if you want the number, if you want their contact information, I just put the link up there. Search the site for their contact information. You will find it.
What about the food? Yeah, the food too. But then I found a way. They have a commissary here in the military base, so I just ask my friends sometimes to buy me stuff from the commissary if I can find it in the Asian market. And then we have one Asian market here locally. And then sometimes when they go to Vegas, just like recently, I asked my friend to buy me some bread from a Filipino store in Vegas. That way I won't miss the food from the Philippines.
Back on Facebook, Cheryl says, yes, they already received my RFE October 2017. Until now, I'm waiting. You mean, okay, so you responded in October. Check the status. Make sure you go ahead and check your case status with that link we just gave you. And then
You have to call them.
I would
Local
definitely,
USCIS.
I would definitely call the USCIS. I would contact them. Here, let me give you the link, just like I gave this other person the link. Call them. If you don't see your case and it's not telling you it's in process, hell, even if it was saying if you're in process, I would call them, because you're dealing with something that could get really ugly if it's not.
My goodness, did you see what it says in the website? Buy
Yes.
American, hire American.
Anyway, Cheryl, so make sure you contact USCIS and see what's going on with your case. That's what I would do, because you don't want to let this linger. It's one of those things that if you wait on it, and maybe they didn't get for all you know, they didn't get your package, right? Like, if I were you, I would be worried about things like that. Did they get my package? If they didn't, I don't know. Like, you definitely want to follow up and see what's going on.
You gotta call them. I mean, if it's been 3 months.
I mean, this is your future you're talking about.
Yeah.
Like, you gotta take it seriously.
Drive there, baby.
Yeah, that's like it cracking down on some of the certain.
Buy American.
Yeah, they're just cracking down on certain things. Certain visas, unfortunately. All right.
Blocked.
Blocked. You see block?
Report.
Report. Go to channel. I'm just gonna say remove.
And yes, we do, but this is not a porn site.
Nobody saw that. No, they blocked that one. YouTube blocked that one. We just got some troll jumped in. So pretty soon I'm gonna have you guys help me moderate this. But
We need moderators.
Not yet. We're not there yet. We're gonna have to have some moderators help us.
S&B. I'm sure it doesn't help that Nebraska Center is the one processing it. For K1 visa, you mean?
What's
Shut
the
up,
rest of the
my
question?
cock.
Oh, you can be our moderator? Let me add you as a moderator real quick. Let me see. I'm gonna add you as a. Did you get my moderator message? Just let me know, Mike. I definitely need a moderator now. Did you get it?
Black Supreme said, "Hey Bruce, do you get a discount on your travels from here to the Philippines?" No, we don't.
Nope. IR1.
Yeah, I know there's a different processing center for each visas. They have different assigned service center.
I would call them SMB. I would not mess around with that kind of stuff. I would definitely call and see what's going on. You know, I mean, your fate is in the hands of some random dude. Some government agency has your fate in their hands. I would contact them until they knew my name. I would keep calling them constantly until I figured out what was going on. You know, I'll be very respectful. I don't call in cussing people out or nothing, because I'm not gonna get anything done like that. So I'll call them and say, "Hey, how you doing, ma'am or sir? I'm checking up on this case number." I'd have the case number and all the information there right in front of me, and I just want to know what's going on. I submitted my package on this such and such a date, and I just want to know what's going on, right? And if they're saying, "Well, sir, I can't help you," well, you know, is there someone else I can call? Is there another part of the agency? Is there something? I'm just trying to figure out what's going on. And then if I was unsuccessful with them, I'd call the next person, and I just keep doing that until I find out what's going on. I think it's because I've worked with the government so long. I've been working with the government like 20 years, so I know how they operate. And basically what's happening is some of the people in those offices really don't know what's going on. They only know like the bare ass minimum to do their job. Right, and they can't be fired. So it's like substandard kind of people. I hate to sound cynical, but it's unfortunate, but you gotta look out for you. Worst case scenario is contact your, and I've never had to do this, contact your congressman and write a very formal letter and tell them what's going on, and if you're a vet, they'll really listen to you. But you're a citizen, so you should, the U.S. petitioner write something very heartfelt and says, look, I'm just want my spouse here with me. She's here. I just want to make sure everything is good. I haven't gotten an adequate response from the State Department or the USCIS. Please, I need your help. And your congressman will get some stuff done. If they're good. If they're not, hopefully get voted out. Mamu, how you doing? How you
Hi,
doing?
sis. Linus World. I tried to interview you guys tonight. Was that you? No, that cannot be you.
Who?
Linus World.
Yeah, he suggested interviewing tonight. That's a great idea, but we had to.
Yeah.
We were doing videos all day doing other stuff, and then now.
Yeah, we can schedule it, Linus World.
Maybe-
Maybe next Saturday.
Maybe next week, yeah. So this week, I need to test out the audio stuff. This week, but maybe next Saturday we can do something like that. I think that's a great idea.
SMU
We were just
said,
talking about that
Nebraska is the lowest. I've seen that others who filed in the same month are starting to get their NOA too. At Potomac and Texas. SNB, I'll try calling this week. Yeah, you should. Was it
Okay.
still there?
It's gonna appear back in a few minutes, and he's gonna come back and do some more troll stuff. So, just averting disaster. Okay, I think that's it.
Yeah.
What you think? Let me see if there's any other questions on Facebook.
My interview was set up for February 28th. Good luck to you, Mamu.
Let's see, Rodney. Oh, Cheryl says, yeah, it's kind of frustrating to wait this long. I might give them guys a call. Thank you so much, guys. Yeah, Cheryl, just to give you some context, like just so you know, the adjustment of status process is really different from state to state. I mean, different as far as the time frame is different. Like in Colorado, Yuri's EAD card, the first thing they're going to give you is this red card, EAD card, which allows you to work and travel in and out of the United States temporarily while you're waiting for your green card. The EAD card we had some issues, so it took 3 months.
Yeah.
It took about three
I had a
months.
fever and we were not able to check the mail.
We weren't able to get to the biometrics in time, so we had to reschedule it, and so that it made the EAD. Normally, it takes about 2 months to get the EAD card. Green card, on the other hand, in Colorado, takes like a year, and then in other states, we notice it takes different time frames. So it takes a while to get the kind of documentation you're talking about, but I would still contact them if I were you, because you did get an RFE. Definitely want to make sure you know what's going on, because I've heard of somebody who didn't respond to the RFE, and basically they don't know what's going to happen with their green card.
It got expired.
It got expired, and now they don't even know what's going to happen with their green card. They got to hire a lawyer and all kinds of stuff, and I have no idea what's going to happen. They could cancel it. Rodney says, I'm getting mixed info regarding the affidavit of support. Should I send it now to my fiance in the Philippines?
Yeah,
I already
you should.
got my K1NO2 January 2nd. Or should I wait for the
You should
NVC
start
number
sending it out
and
now.
appointment? Also, regarding the bank statements, I need to send them all with my expenses or just what I have in my account. Okay.
Something where it shows the money coming in for your check from your check.
Rodney, I'm just going to explain
from
to you.
salary.
I'm going to tell you what I did. So, as soon as the affidavit, or if I could go back, this is what I would do, because I really messed this up. So, as soon as I got the approval, the NOA2, I would go ahead and fill out the I-134 affidavit of support. Okay, number one, fill it all out, sign it, right? They want fresh ink, so sign it. You're going to send that form to your foreign fiance. But that form, the I-134 affidavit of support, needs the W-2 from your last tax year, your most recent one, That being
Form
said, you could,
1040.
if it's more beneficial for you, you could wait till you finish your 2017 taxes and put that one in there. They want your W-2, your Form 1040, easy or whatever, which kind of Form A or whatever form you have. What I also submitted, which I'm not even sure if was necessary, but I had a bank statement with the current amount that was in my bank account to show I was getting paid. I also sent a verification of employment. That's like the form that says with the letterhead of the company and says, yea, verily, this guy makes X amount, blah, 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 and it's signed by the company or whatever. I had that. Also, what else did I have? I think that was it. Those 3 documents: the bank statement, verification of employment letter, and W-2 and 1040. The things they really want to see for sure is the 1040 and the W-2, and I would send those immediately. I would package all those up and send them immediately. Alternatively, what you could do is scan the W-2 and the 1040 or whatever kind of tax documents you have, 1099, scan it and then email it to her, and then she can print it out, because that one doesn't have to be original. It's just like a printout copy, and then send the I-134 affidavit of support signed.
Yeah.
Right.
Okay, guys.
Should I wait for the? Yeah, I wouldn't wait.
Don't wait for the
Don't wait for them.
NVC, because you need to have it.
But also, call the NBC and get that case number, and you need to start that process. And okay, I think that's it. All right, guys, we are out of here.
Thank you so much for watching.
See you guys later. We are going to turn off Facebook. We just did. And for
thumbs
YouTube,
up for this video, and subscribe in our YouTube channel.
Make sure you like and subscribe. And if you want to join more of this discussion with the rest of our group, you can join the link here that you see on the screen. It's a Facebook group, K1 Visa AOS or Visa Approved. And I think that's it, guys. We are out of here. Thank you so much for all your support.